Finally, we are going to use a number line to model mixed numbers with the units of ones and tenths. So I want you to look in each place that has some type of number written for you. I'm going to start with A. A says in mixed number, ones and fraction form, it would be 5 and 2/10. So I'm going to come, and I know on my number line 5 and 2/10 would be somewhere between the numbers 5 and 6. So I'm going to label my number line with the numbers 5 and 6. Then I know that if I count each one of these lines, I'd get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tenths. So I need to go and I need to find 2/10. So I'm going to go find 1, 2, and I'm going to draw my little circle right there to show that I have found 5 and 2/10. I know in decimal form I can write that as 5 wholes and a decimal point and 2/10. Now comes expanded form. You can do this in fraction or decimal form. I'm going to show you fraction form first, and I will show you decimal form in a moment. So I know that in fraction form, this is going to be 5 times 1, because I'm doing my ones first, plus now I need to do my fractions first. I know that I end up with 2 groups of 1/10. Finally, my last question is how much to get to the next one? How far would I need to go? Well, if I come back to my number line, I would look and say I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would need 8 more tenths to make it to the next one or the next whole. Let's go on and let's look at letter B. Letter B gives me just a decimal point here. So I know, once again, that we have tenths. So 14, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. So I'm just going to write that down as my mixed number, 14 and 3/10. And from there, I can complete the rest of my boxes. So I know that the decimal form would be 14.3. And then if I were to write it in expanded form, I have tenths here. So I've got one group of 10 plus I have 4 groups of 1 plus, and if you need to move down, that's okay. I'm showing you fraction form again, 3 times 1/10. Now, the last question, how much to get to the next one? I'm going to look, and I'm actually going to change colors here. I'm going to say I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can go through and count on your number line how many more tenths you need in order to make it to the next one. All right, let's look at C now. C doesn't give me a decimal point or mixed number. All it does is give me the expanded forms. So I know right here is saying 8 times 10. Well, that's going to be 80. 2 times 1, I know that's 2. And 4 times 1/10 would be 0.4. So now I know that I can put this together to be 82 and 4/10. Wrote that as a fraction, but I can also write it in my decimal format right here. I know that 82.4 is going to fall between the numbers 82 and 83. I need to count 4/10 on my number line in order to find where 4/10 is going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to make my dot nice and visible right there. Then I'm going to count how many more I need in order to make it to the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6/10 more. We've got 2 more left to go. We can do this. All right, we've got 28 and 7/10. Let's write that in decimal format, 28.7. I know that 28.7 is going to fall between 28 and 29. Now I need to count 7 on my number line in order to find where I need to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll draw my little dot right there. And then I'm going to write it in expanded form. This time I'm going to show you how to do it in decimal form. So I know I've got tens here, so 2 groups of 10 because that's where my 20 comes from. My 8 is going to be 8 times 1. That's where my 8 ones come from. Plus, I have 7 groups of 1/10. So I'm going to write it in decimal format like that. Finally, I need to count how many more from my large dot in order to make it to my next one. 1, 2, 3. Keep making that look like a 6. All right, friends, we are on our last one. This one just says 5 times 10 plus 5 times 1. Well, I know that 5 times 10 is 50. Plus 5 times 1/10, that would be 0.5. So I know if I add those together, I'm actually going to end up with getting 50 and 5/10. So I'm going to write that as my mixed number. I know 50 and 5/10 falls between 50 and 51. I need to count 5 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make my big dot. And then the last thing I need to do is count how far I need to go to get to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/10 more. And that is how we write mixed numbers in different forms.